are auction prices really a measure of success? Or are they part of that sort of feeding frenzy?
We are coming from a very different place. We're coming from, art history, engagement with, the critical engagement with art. So to us, the auction prices are an indicator, but only an indicator.
On the contrary, that there are certain Pakistani artists whose work is going into auctions that are really not as important.
Absolutely true.
We've seen the drivel from Jameel Naqsh walk into every exhibition and claim a lion's share of the expat buying. And I'm sure you concur, even though you'll never give me an answer to that. Jameel Naqsh also happens to be Hamad's neighbor in London, hence the diplomacy.
You're talking about art as a commodity that's bought and sold and is in auctions. We are engaging with that as well, in the sense that because we are able to sell art, we are able to raise money to do other things, that we engage with art in another way.
In Pakistan at least, art and market have almost become synonymous. Painting has ceased to be a means of communication or articulation. It's really loaded with a market factor, with the cachet of price. And therefore, there's all the fetish going around it. I mean, that people are really not looking at work, but names and prices.
There is just a transactional space for which to view art in. It is something you buy and sell. It is just viewed as a commodity. There are now lots of, initiatives setting up to allow spaces for you to view art in different ways, but not just as a commodity.
Art has never been institutionalized here. There are no public museums in which to view art. So the only relationship the art world has with the output is basically one of transaction. You go to see work, as you were saying earlier, to purchase it.
You need to have the writing, the discussions, you need to have some kind of a context you're viewing the work in, you need to understand the work, you need to be engaged with that work on different levels in different ways, not just from a point of view of the price. And it is not just a problem in Pakistan, I think this is a problem everywhere. If you pick up a broadsheet in the UK, the big art news is always about how much something costs and how much something sold for. So it's not particular to Pakistan, it is across the board.
But it just happens that there is balance there, because there are public museums.
So there are alternative
that are
ways.
Producing a critical discourse, where here, in all the art schools in Pakistan, there is one trained art historian who's on faculty teaching art history. I mean, what does that tell you?
When we talk of this big bang in Pakistani art, this huge boom that struck the art scene in Pakistan, I mean, why don't we have these supportive institutions? Why is it that the transaction or the relationship is so shallow?
This is a comment on our society. And I think it's not fair to say that there is nothing. So the people like Rangoonwalas, and not just because they support us, but what they've been doing for the VM Art Gallery.
Is the steam picking up around developing something, or really cashing in on the price brigade? Because I feel that what's propelling the art market, at least locally in Pakistan, is indeed the price mechanism. And unthinkingly, we're just part of that whole, wave.
It's at least put a spotlight, not just outside Pakistan, but inside Pakistan. It's given art some value, and it's made people think about it. And I think
when you talk value, you're talking about monetary value alone?
20 years ago, there used to be this huge source of pride that, oh, the Indians watch our dramas. Nobody talked about, oh, these drama actors, they make a lot of money. There was just a source of pride, our dramas are really world-class. The Indians watch our dramas. Now, the Indians are showing our art. But, there seems to be more, the prices are going up. That doesn't seem to be the source of pride, as look, our art is world-class.
India went through a similar resurgence, a similar boom. Yeah. And look at where Indian art is today. It's no more richer than it was. I mean, the kind of art that's coming out of India today, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's a personal point of view, is really wanting on a lot of fronts.
I think a lot of Indian art got caught up in this
rat race, and they got very busy producing this commoditized Indianness. Is this the kind of trajectory that Pakistan is headed for as well?
I think that was the danger, and I think this...
Have we passed that danger?
I think this current art world collapse has, or actually not just the art world collapse, just the general economic collapse, has probably been the best thing that could have happened for contemporary art from Pakistan.